Hello, amazing people. 80, what is it? 85% of people hate their career. If that is you, then stay with me on this video because that's not a good thing. And in this video, I'm going to share you how you can turn that around. But first of all, as usual, welcome to another episode of Jabara's Daily Show. And I'm here with beautiful Faithy, and we're here enjoying the sun and the beautiful water in the back. But I'm just going to do my quick checks to make sure that everything is working okay. But you, as usual, make sure to let me know where you have tuned in from. And today we're going to have a lot of fun. And Faithy is excited as well. And let me just do my checks as you know where you are tuning in from. And yeah, today's a very serious topic because this thing is not very nice. And it's really that I read this, the fact that it's like 85% of people hate their job. It's not a good thing. And a lot of people suffer from this. And they actually, they're living their life in a way that they're not enjoying. Okay, everything is working. This one is done. Okay, do comment below. Let me know where you have tuned in from. And hello, we've got Nocho. I can see Nocho here. Hey, we got Dad. Mwah, love you. We got Amy in the house as well. And we've got Julianne. Hey, California in the house. California. Na, 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 na. Okay, one final thing that I need to do, and then we'll be able to fully get started. Hey, we've got Dee in the house. We've got Naomi in the house. So, guys, I just have a question for you before we get started. Are you experiencing this? Is this you? Are you one of the 85% of people who are not enjoying their career and are actually, doing things like spending your time at work, at your business, or whatever it is that you're doing for a living and not enjoying yourself? Because if that is you, then do stay tuned. Let me know. And we're going to change that around. Today, I'm going to have some serious talk with you guys and, explain a few different things that you can do to change it all around for yourself. So I am super excited. So this is the final thing. Just do my check. And all is done. Yay, there we go. Okay, cool. So very excited to be here with you guys. Now, Amy says, hello, sweet. And also Faithy is in the house. I'm very, very happy. Hey, Sana, so cool to have you here. Thank you so much for your lovely message. I think you're absolutely amazing. And hello, Pamela. How are you doing? I cannot wait to hear the good news, Pamela. So do you have good news for me? I do definitely want to see you in a week's time at Launch Your Business. So, okay, let's get started. So 85% of people are not enjoying their job. And this is not a really cool thing because you spend such a big amount of time at work. You're doing such a big amount of your life you spend in, doing something that can bring in your income. And I just saw a video recently from Prince EA, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. I think it's been out for maybe a month or so, and that video really, really shocked me because at the beginning of that video, he asked the question, and he says, "Do you know which day of the of the week is most likely for a person to die by a heart attack?" And that's obviously a very, drastic question. And then he answers that the most likely time for a person to die from a heart attack is on Monday between 8 and 9 a.m. And then he says that also coincides with the fact, with, obviously the time that people go to work, the time that people are, starting their week, starting to go to their career. And he says, do you think that is a coincidence? And then he says, no, I don't think that's a coincidence. But that is really, truly shocking. And also, if you just look at the fact, like, which portion of your life you are spending at work, which portion of your life, but probably if you have school in the early days of your life, and then maybe at your 18 you will start going to have a job or going to work or anything that you will be doing work wise up to maybe 65. So that is a huge portion, and the average lifespan of a person is around 80 years in the Western world at least. And so the biggest part of your life you're spending working, and yet most people are not enjoying that. And so one of the first things that I want to say to you is that if that is you, do feel very free to share, and just know that you can change it around. You do not have to do what you're not liking. You do not have to be in a job that you're not enjoying. You can change it around. But a lot of the time people are not aware of this because they feel this obligation, they feel that they have the responsibility, and they feel that is some sort of comfort and some sort of security within that, and they wouldn't want to risk that, right? But just think about this one thing. If you are going to a job and you're not enjoying it, and you're basically allowing yourself to build up stress, you're allowing yourself to build up a not happy feeling, and the majority of the day, which is and the majority of your life, the majority of the week and the majority of your life, you are feeling that unhappy feeling, then what is it going to do for your health? What is it going to do for the way how you appreciate life? What is it going to do for the way how you interact with people? Obviously, it's not going to really benefit you. And I do understand that obviously a lot of responsibilities are there. A lot of people have families that they have to take care of. You have to pay the bills, and all those things are very true. But let me just open your eyes to the fact that there is another way. There is most certainly another way. And oh, let me just give a few more shout outs. We have Karma in the house, Rob and Nina, Florentina, Liz, Thomas. Hey, Thomas, cool to have you here. We've got Jenny in the house. We got Nefreteri. Nefreteri, I heard a really, really nice thing about you from Luz. Luz sent me a message and she said she met you at Super Life in LA. And she was, she said you were a really amazing person and we should connect. So, very interested in connecting with you. I've heard some really, really amazing stories about you. She said that you're absolutely, absolutely wonderful. So, with regards to changing it around, what I'm basically saying is that if you think about it, right? If you can just ask yourself the question, where would you like to see yourself in 5 years? If it was all up to you? Ask yourself that question, because whether right now you are actually enjoying your job, which is very possible, maybe you're enjoying the things that you're doing, but maybe you want more. Maybe you are enjoying it, but you're really ready to go into that next level where you can have even more enjoyment. Or maybe part of the 85%, and you're actually not enjoying what you do. And that is also actually really funny if you look at, for example, the educational system, where very many people accumulate huge debts in the U.S. alone. It is above. Oh, that you maybe stay here. In the U.S. alone, there is above $1 trillion in student debts, right? And then this combined of the whole population in the U.S., which is a tremendous amount, right? But then that coupled to the fact that a lot of people, and this is, I believe, also most people, do not even end up in the career or in the profession that they have studied for. So there's a lot of issues, obviously, with the way how we are being prepared for life. And yesterday I was talking about how you can increase your energy, which can then lead to you getting better results, which can lead to you having better productivity, which can then also lead to a better, a better value of life and a better results, a better wealth profile, because you can get more things done, right? And it is really strange to then see that within our education, in the most traditional sense of the word, we are not being taught how to be more productive, how to be really good at what is our strength. And this is the core of this video. And so I've asked you this one question. So make sure to think about it. And if you want, you can comment below what is the answer for you. Like, where, if it was all up to you, would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years? Right? So that's the question. But then the next part, and this is very important, is that if you want to be able to enjoy what it is that you're doing, you need to double down on your strengths. And this is exactly what also a lot of people say about the educational system. We are all being judged in the same way. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then the fish will go through his life thinking that it's, stupid or that it's not capable of things. But we are all different. We all have different strengths. We all have different passions, and we all have, different capabilities. So we should not be educated in the same way. And because of that, a lot of us end up in jobs in things that we're not even enjoying. So again, go back to what is it that you feel that you have your strengths in, and couple that to your goal. So what it is a lot of the time is that whenever people go into business or they come to any of our events or they ask like, can you help me to launch my own business, because I would like to see myself having more freedom, having more choices, being able to actually do what I love and to help people, for example, right? A lot of people want to do that, but then they're struggling with this issue that they need to pay the bills, that they have to live up to their responsibility. And you may perhaps be feeling this as well, that you are not really enjoying your career, you're not really enjoying what you do on a day-to-day basis, but changing seems like such a big hassle because there's so many different things that are on your mind. And I understand this is a big thing to think about, and you a lot of the time don't necessarily want to just drop it. However, there are two ways how you can change this around. And if you're making notes, make sure to write them down. And let me just quickly check what are the comments in the meantime. Hey, Yoshinta, how are you doing? So lovely for you to come here. Julianne is saying, I wish I could hold my big baby like that. Oh, yes, your dog is so big. Well, yeah, she's a smaller size, so she can sit here. Vietnam joining in, very cool. Hey, you got Chish in the house. SPL almost. Have fun there. When will be Chibaria? Um, what exactly do you mean? When will what be? Let me see if there's anything in here. Oh, hey, we've got Master Wong in the house. How are you doing, Master Wong? Long time no see. That's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, yes, really cool. A multi-million dollar business. That sounds really good. You got this, right? Nice to listen to you too. It's been a while since I saw you on SPL. Oh, thank you so much, Thomas. And we've got I've started working on what I love the most, becoming a life coach, make impact and help people all around the world. That's amazing. You have got this. And we spoke about these things before. Like, really, it starts all with belief, right? Now, let me go into the two things that you can do in order to change it around for yourself. So, the first thing is a very drastic thing. And the drastic thing will cause you to completely go into some kind of chaos state, which will force you to find another solution. Basically, this drastic thing, and I've seen and spoken and coached so many people who have actually done this drastic thing, which is stop the job straight away, right? Just quit the job and find something else. And some of you may be thinking right now, this is a little bit too drastic because how am I going to be able to pay the bills? How am I going to be able to do anything, especially if you have families to take care of? So it is extremely drastic. But the thing is this, what you have to understand is that we find certain things drastic, we find certain things a little bit scary, but if you just think about what you are weighing it against, you are weighing it against your health. You're weighing it against your happiness. You're weighing it against your ability to create a future that you want for you and your loved ones. That weighs so much more. And so, this drastic approach, it's not for everybody, obviously, but this drastic approach will allow you to directly stop a situation that is not serving you. And it will put you feel comfortable with the money that is coming in from their job. And because everything will be paid, or even if they're living paycheck to paycheck, more comfortable than if you were to stop. Oh, my live video has ended. That is interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So YouTube, you guys are still here. Instagram, you guys are still here. I can see that Facebook has dropped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be solution focused, and I'm going to quickly set up the next one. That's the most important thing. Always be solution focused. So I'm just going to quickly drop the next one here. And there we go. I'm just going to say part 2. Oh, part 2. And those of you who are on YouTube or on Instagram, feel very free to comment something nice below. Oh, let me just quickly move. And there we go, part 2. And we're back live. Alrighty, so let me just quickly share this one again. Hello, Facebook. I have no idea what happened, but all of a sudden the connection dropped. So we're back again. Very important to always stay solution focused. And thank you so much, YouTubers and Instagram people, for your patience. So I'm just quickly going to go and start the watch party again and make sure that everything is working okay. So Facebook people, I hope you guys are jumping back on. I'm sure you guys will be. So, almost there. In the meantime, Faithy, say hi. There we go. And put this back in. All right, we're back. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, about this drastic change puts you in the situation to actually be forced to make a change in your, in your life, to allow you to actually be able to create that new solution for yourself. And the idea that actually right now within the job you are safe, or within the job you have security, that also is an illusion, because especially right now with so many different things that are happening, with so many let's say with all the robots coming in, and this sounds really funny, right? But in so many different capacities, jobs are no longer secure. A lot of companies have also been, getting rid of a lot of people, a lot of people have been made redundant. So if you think that within a job at the moment you have full comfort, you have full security, that is an illusion as well. Welcome back, everybody on Facebook. I don't know what happened before, but very, very cool to have you here. Oh, Faiti is going to go for a walk. Okay. So it's very important to understand. Ooh. So make sure that everything's sitting okay. All right. So yeah, that is an illusion, because the moment where the company that you're working in, or anything with your company, just starts to change, then all of a sudden you have no job anymore, and then you will see that the security actually is not there. So if you then think about this drastic solution, it's not actually that drastic, because a lot of people are actually being forced in that situation when they are being made redundant. Now let me just check where Faith is going, because just before she was going to visit her friends. Oh, the friends with the ducks. She wanted to pay them a visit as they were, just waking up from their power nap. Anyways, so that is the feeling of security that is an illusion. But one other thing that is very important to understand is that if you look at the millionaires, if you look at billionaires, they always say do not rely on just one stream of income. Exactly for this point. Exactly because of the fact that one stream of income will not keep you safe, will not keep you with all the security that a lot of people are actually, thinking that they're having. And so that is where the expression comes from, that people say, don't put your eggs in one basket, right? That you actually want to spread it over a lot of different baskets, that you want to have multiple streams of income. And so that saying has to do with the illusion of security if you just have one stream of income, which could be, for example, your job. And what I always, in a lot of the different lives that I do, especially for people who are starting in business, is to say that, well, when you start out in business, you don't want to go and put your eggs all across different baskets. You want to put all your eggs in one basket and make sure you have one solid stream of income, and only then you move to the next. But in any case, what these millionaires and billionaires are saying with regards to you don't want to just rely on one stream of income, that all has to do with the illusion of security. So even with this drastic solution, it is not actually that drastic, because a lot of the time this drastic solution is put upon people, and when it is put upon people because of their being fired or because of their being made redundant, then you actually see that as a person you can be very resourceful. You can look for a different job, you can look for something else, different solutions to be able to, find something that's better, or find something, because right now there's nothing anymore for you. But what you have to think about this as well is that the question that I asked earlier was, where do you see yourself in 5 years if it was all up to you? So, your beautiful vision of your future is a 5 year plan. If it means that at this very moment you would have to scale down to be able to reach that future, then that is okay. And this is the big thing that a lot of people cannot accept. And that is also the reason why a lot of businesses are not able to actually succeed, because people do not want to let go of the luxuries or of let's say the pleasures of life, in order to invest in the business, in order to invest in something to grow your wealth. Because right now, in any case, wherever you are, you're having a certain pattern in spending, you're having a certain pattern in creating the money that you're having. And there are certain different things that you're doing. You're living in a particular house, you're having a food buying pattern, you're having a clothing buying pattern, you have a luxury buying pattern, and all these different things we are used to. And if the moment would come that you would have to let go of all of that because you're being made redundant, or because you choose for this drastic approach, it might mean that you would have to let go of your beautiful house, and you would have to go in a little bit of a smaller house. Like if you're renting, like maybe you're renting a big apartment and now you have to rent a smaller apartment. And maybe you cannot go fine dining in your favorite restaurants, but you have to eat simple things for a change, just for a little while. And this is the thing that you have to understand. Sometimes you have to scale down a little bit to be able to build towards something bigger on the longer term. But one of the big issues with that as well is that people have this ego. People think about, if I would do that, what would people say of me? What would people think of me if they will see that all of a sudden I'm no longer being able to do the certain things that I used to do, right? What would it do to my to buy image. But what you have to understand is that if you have this dream, if you are certain about creating it, and you really, you really don't feel happy in the situation that you are in right now, you should not be afraid to scale down now to invest in something bigger in the future, right? So that has to do with it as well. And that is also the reason that those people who choose this drastic approach, that they are aware of that. They're willing to go through that. They're willing to scale down such that they are able to invest in something that will be much bigger in the long run. And this might be even for a period of 3 months or something like that. So it's well worth to scale down for just a little bit to be able to scale up afterwards, right? So this is solution number one. Solution number two is the following, and it is less drastic, but it is required for you to take action upon it right now. Otherwise, it won't work. With any of the solutions, you have to take action now. Because why would you continue in a situation that is not serving you, right? So solution number two is that you are working on a side hustle. You're working on something on the side that allows you to bring in a new stream of income that will then allow you to scale down on the job or on the particular thing that you're doing right now that brings in the income that you do not like. And so with this approach, it will require you to perhaps spend a little bit more of your free time on creating something else. A lot of people so that I train, they are people that are building a business for the very first time aside their job or aside a number of jobs. I'm training some people, they are really magnificent and incredible, and I have so much respect for them. They're doing 4 jobs and they're having children as well, and they're so serious. They really want to be able to make something happen. So they're doing their jobs, they're working all around the clock, and then in the evenings or whichever time suits them, they're working on launching their business. They're working on creating something that in the long run will serve them and their children and their families well. And this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand that if you are willing to make change, which you can, sometimes it requires a sacrifice, but that sacrifice actually isn't a sacrifice if you can allow that thing that you're building to be a lot of fun, that it brings you great joy. And that's why I love, for example, the coaching industry so much, because the people that are doing that, and all coaches can agree with me, it is so lovely to be able to help people. It is so lovely to be able to see that spark in people's eyes when you're helping them achieve certain results. And also, with a lot of people that we're training for example, Launch Your Business, that is going to be next week, they are starting to build up their brand online. And they're already starting to see that whenever they go live and they share certain things and they allow themselves to elevate other people because of the knowledge that they're speaking, to be so grateful for that knowledge. People are commenting and saying, "Thank you so much for sharing this. This is amazing," right? And so, with the second solution, it actually is not a sacrifice. It actually isn't that hard if you are doing it the right way, and if you're allowing yourself to enjoy it, and if you're allowing yourself to actually see that what you're doing is building towards something else. But what is the main message of this video, or for Facebook 2 videos, is that you have to understand that if at this moment you're part of this 85% of people that are not enjoying what they're doing, that you need to make a change now. You have to make a change right now for yourself, because it will influence your health. It will influence your well-being. It will influence the way how you approach other people, your relationships. And if you feel a responsibility towards your relationships, towards your family, towards your children, then you have to understand that the emotional effect that you might have on them because you're not truly caring for yourself, that won't be good as well. Or the other side, the health wise, so many parents are working so hard, and really respect to all parents. They're working so hard, but at the end of the day, what the children want for the parents as well is for them to live a long and happy life. And if you're working so hard doing a job that you don't like, then what will that do at the end of the day for your health? It will not help you, right? And I just want to finish this off with a beautiful quote. No, it's not a quote actually. It's just something that I wrote down based on a study by Sean Aker. I believe he was a Harvard professor, but I'm not sure. And he says that his studies show proof that 75% of job success is predictable by how happy you are, right? So if you are doing something and you are not feeling happy there, then that's an indication for not being able to actually achieve, you know, the results or the success that you want to achieve. Whereas the other way around, if you are happy, if you are having some sort of, happiness, if you are enjoying what you're doing, then you can achieve so much more. So even, and this is kind of solution number 3, even if you are at the moment not yet seeing which other side hustle you could build up, then at least make sure that with you still being in the job or in the occupation that you're not enjoying, that you are making the best of it, and that you are bringing more love to your job, that you are bringing more happiness to it, and that you understand that this is only a temporary phase and that things will change. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Make sure to implement this in your life. Don't feel forced to do what you don't want to do, because at the end of the day, work is just work. Your happiness, your health, your mental and spiritual well-being is so much more important than the so-called security that this job brings. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing it for your loved ones want you to be happy too. They don't want you to slave yourself away doing something that will affect you in a bad way. So whatever it is that you are, if you're not feeling happy at what you're doing, make that change. Make that change for yourself and start making that change today. Even if you're just researching which business you can set up or anything else, right? Just start today. And if you think that anybody can benefit from this, feel very free to share the video or to tag someone below. Otherwise, if you like the video as well, please give it some love. And last but not least, implement it, because you deserve it. So thank you guys so much. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.